Recently, the Washington Post did kind of a deep dive into Florida politics, right? Like what's going on down there in the state of Florida where those Republicans not only hold the governor's office with Ron DeSantis, but they've got this massive supermajority in the state house and state senate. You know, what the heck is going on down there? How do they do it? Well, the Post actually spoke to one former Republican lawmaker here in the state of Florida who explained exactly why this Republican supermajority is willing to go along with all of Ron DeSantis's horrible plans for the state that have caused his approval rating to completely crater. Not to mention the fact that they are crippling the Florida economy. So why is it that these idiot Republicans that we have over here in Tallahassee, why are y'all going along with his stupid ideas to cripple our own state? Here's what that former Republican lawmaker said about that. These guys are not normal politicos. There's no inner circle because they just chop off heads and move on so quickly. He also mentioned that Ron DeSantis and his enforcers, as he called them, you know, they kind of keep things on lockdown, make sure nobody steps out of line. But the big question, and this was not addressed in that piece, the big question is why, though? Like, what exactly is Ron DeSantis going to do to you if you have the courage to stand up and say, hey, Governor, this is a really stupid idea? Like, your decision, you know, on the anti-immigrant bill, I know we sent it to you, but it's because you kind of made us. Like, we got businesses in Florida that are now in danger of already shutting down, and this thing hadn't even gone into effect yet. We have truckers across the country threatening to boycott bringing any goods into the state of Florida. The business leaders, including the wealthy ones, not just the small business owners, but the, you know, wealthy Republican donors are telling us we've screwed up. Like, why would we do this? Why have we done this to ourselves? None of them are asking that question. Because they're afraid, as this former Republican put it, Ron DeSantis or his enforcers are going to come and chop your head off. I mean, metaphorically, right? Ron DeSantis is obviously not literally cutting people's heads off. That we would have heard something if that was actually happening. So I'm fairly confident that Ron DeSantis is not beheading people. But it's the fear of being cut off. It's the fear of losing access to this paper tiger of a governor that has no power outside of this state. As this Republican pointed out, like, there is no actual inner circle either. They move on so quickly. It's state level politics. As soon as Ron DeSantis stepped outside of our borders of Florida, he failed. He flopped. He became one of the biggest losers in the Republican Party by watching him basically be dead even with Trump in the polls to now getting slaughtered. These Republicans in the state of Florida, if any of them had any sense, and none of them do, they're all idiots. Some of them are outright crazy people. But if they knew better, if they were actually paying attention, if any of them had a shred of courage, they'd be standing up to this guy, much like the rest of the Republican Party should be standing up to Trump, because much like Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis doesn't have any actual power over you. But as long as y'all keep pretending that he does, you're going to keep passing horrible legislation. Your approval ratings are going to continue to tank. And then in next year's election, we'll find out whether or not the voters in this state are finally ready to give up on this Republican experiment in the state of Florida that's been going on for 25 years at this point. It hasn't worked so far. It only keeps getting worse. The only question is how many voters in the state have woken up to that fact, and will they finally hold these Republicans accountable? Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.